listen to me. That's what you do. If you recognize you're in a midnight season because of your disobedience, you got to repent. You got to turn. You got to turn. And see, that turning really starts when you start being thankful, when you start being grateful for God's kindness. Lord, I did the opposite of what you told me to do. I deserve death. Oh God, I'm about. Some of us didn't lose things all because of God's mercy. You didn't lose the job. His mercy was there. Come on. His mercy was right. His kindness being released upon us. And we got out of his will. But even when you in a midnight season, because of what you have done, give God thanks that you have the moment, the chance, the opportunity to repent. Oh, in other words, God, you can bring me out of this. Lord, you are able to turn this around. You are even able to make this work for me when I acknowledge that I appreciate you. See, this is a word that somebody need to hear this morning, because the midnight season was brought on by your disobedience. And so what you have to do is arise. You got to get up. Look at somebody and say, you got to make a decision about what you're going to do. See, when you look at pastor, you pretty much know what I'm going to do. And I ain't finna act like I never mess up. No, I'm not. I'm not finna act like I don't ever do the very thing God, I told you don't do that. Don't say that. There you go. Open your mouth. Don't say that. But I know how to be. I've learned over these years to be thankful for God's mercy. I am even thankful for the times that I do get it wrong, but then God covers me and he does not allow you to see the things that I don't want you to see. Come on, some of you better be glad that God was so kind to you that he didn't expose your mess. He gave you an opportunity to recover. He told you, look, girl, get up. I got you covered. They ain't even going to know how bad you messed up. Y'all need to get this house right. I'm going to cover y'all. Folks ain't even going to know how bad it was up in here. If the only reason you are at church, if the only reason you serving God, the only reason you being faithful, is because you say God does for you what you want him to do, you don't understand God. You don't really know him the way you confess. Come on. Because God will take a turn on you. That was the only way it came to him. God will take a turn. God will turn down a road that'll have some of us that been saved for years say, Lord, what are you? This cannot be right for my life. Lord, I ask you to send members leaving. That's the right road. How you gonna give thanks? I'm trying to use the right word here. When you're so foolish as to question God's judgments. You can never be in a thankful place, in a grateful place at the same time, questioning his judgments. So you don't get this everywhere. Because most folk just want people to shout, jump, dance, get happy about the preaching or the teaching. And that's really some of you right now, as good as God been to you this year, you have not increased your thankfulness. Because God took a turn that you didn't see. And the more mature you get, the more turns he take on you. Till you get to the point to where you recognize you ain't driving. See, these folks who still think they driving, hang around a little bit longer. You gonna learn. You backseat, baby. Come on. But when you learn to trust him, you let him drive and you close your eyes. You trust every one of his decisions. You able to give him thanks no matter what comes about in your life. Lord, I thought I'd be here by now experiencing all of this. But I'm thanking you because you sure been sustaining us. Been making a way out of. Lord, I didn't even understand the term way out of no way, but I know now. Didn't have no mind. I know what it means now. Way out of no way. Cut an exit in the door. You heard me preach about how God will cut an exit in the door. But when I preached it, you saw several exits. So it wasn't important. But then when it took a turn. See, if I'm of God and God take them turns, guess what he going to say about me? You need to take a turn. You need to take a turn and see how many of them turn with you. You need to go down a path. And you need to look back and see how many following you down that path that you chose to go down. Pastor, as long as the Lord leading you, I'm going to follow you wherever. You sure? You sure about that? Aaron and Miriam got the question in Moses. Come on, who Moses think he is? We hear from God just like he do. What pastor talking about? God ain't told me come back to church. I'm praying for when I need to come back to church. I hear from God just like pastor do. God heard that. Told Moses, hey, you need to tell Miriam and Aaron. They need to meet me at the tabernacle. Listen, let's break down who they were. You need to tell your brother and your sister. Meet us at church. Well, I know Pastor only said that because he heard me say this right here. So you think my message is based on something you said? Like you the one person in church. Yeah, he preached that cause of what I say. You thinking like that now? You know me that well now. See, there's a line. Whoa, you see how quiet it is up in the church. Well, I'm a minister here. We appreciate you, minister. But God will take a turn on you. A person wanted a PlayStation 5 so bad. They wasn't the only one. But it's always just interesting when you know a particular person. Say they went to the store at 8 p.m. and stayed till 7 a.m. to get a PS5. Because the folk told them, or they heard they had 8. They stayed there from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. only to find out at 7 something that they only had 2 to start with. When the person told me, I couldn't help but to think, Brother Rodney, what if we had that kind of debtor, that kind of hunger for the thing? Think if the deacon said, Pastor, we got a problem. What's going on? Pastor, these folk coming at 9:15 for church. We got to get here early to open up. They waiting at the door. It's too cold to come to church. Wasn't too cold to get out there and look for them deals, was it? A tornado can show up. Some of us still be like, it's Black Friday. I don't know why the tornado showed up, but we got to go out here and just trust the Lord.